It's not just for businesses that have multiple projects to plan. It is regular life goals as well. I'm going to show you what I learned from about multiple project planning and sharing a system I got my ideas from. Stay until the end to find out my 3 tips to making it work. Welcome to Planner Nerd Plans. I am Kate. I do planner related videos and everything else planner ideas like projects. So, there is multiple goal things, project things out there. But I kind of wanted to take something out of the goal thing. So as we know, I hope, there's a difference between a project and a task. Under a project is task or mini projects. Task is just one step. Projects are multiple steps. Now, that makes sense. Okay, you go down the list. But when you have multiple projects, multiple goals, and such, how do you keep it all organized? So, you want to have basically a notebook, a main notebook for your projects. So, you can have something like this Happy Planner notebook that I'm using, and tabs and paper to the paper. So you just do is you have the title of the project, what you want to do, if you have a due date, purpose, or put a goal towards to, just something to remind you why you want to get this project done. Then you start brainstorming. All those tasks for this project. So you just do task. These are all the tasks that tie into getting this project done, which it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can be just bullet points. And it doesn't matter which one gets done first. It doesn't matter. It just means a project is get multiple things done. Now, to tie this into a goal, it could be lose 10 pounds. Well, what do you need to do? Well, eat healthy is one. Exercise. Reduce stress. And relax. Which is kind of ties in there. These are things that I taught, which is also tied into self-care. But, eating healthy, is it going to be a diet or your own plan? So, you can say, okay, week 1, tracking food. Week 2, tracking food. So you're just tracking your food for just this part of the project. But there's also other tasks like exercise daily or something like that, and you just need to check that off for. But also, this can be an ongoing project. So is it lose 10 pounds by what time? So it can be quarter, month, week, and then you just say track food day 1, and keep a log. Now, that's the thing about projects. You can either do this in something as simple as Google Docs or a notebook. Doesn't have to be a disc-bound one. It could be a spiral notebook, and you just figure out sections or whatever. Some people have, including myself, have a main project notebook, and then I have my planners, and these tasks get moved to those planners for the week. And then I have I have a projects master task list. Yeah. So, trying to think, what else do I have here? So you brainstorm out what steps to complete your goal or project. It could also be a project like paint the doors in the house by next quarter, year, whatever. And what do you need to do? Okay, I need to sand. I need to restain, refinish. And then you say door 1, door 2, for each of these projects. Okay, so there's these steps for each door, and you can work with breaking down tasks. It's one of those things you want to limit when planning out and putting on tasks. Limit tasks to 3 to 5 per day, week, so forth. Whatever you're comfortable with. Try not to push yourself too more on that. And what's great about this is that you can have a notebook that has all your projects and all the list of the tasks, and you can go back here. But to plan out your week, you can write this in your planner and say, this is what I would like to get done for this project done. Now, the idea is you can do each page as a project. You can do each section. It's, think of it as a filing cabinet. You have this big thing and you're breaking it down. But you want to break it down into these tasks into smaller bits and pieces and put it in your, and also, figure out, okay, there's a reason why some of us have multiple planners is because, there's business goals, there's personal goals, there's health goals, there's all that kind of things. And that's why I have a separate calendar, but also a calendar or / planner can be also a good way to keep record of things and how well you're doing those tasks. And the matter of it is just doing it and checking it off. Check off those lists. And then you come back to your master list here and you check it off. It's important to come back and record it. You can also record how long it took me. So then when you have a similar project or redoing another project, then you can tell, oh, okay, last time I did this task or something, I have to make sure it's only limited to 1, per day. I can only do this in 1 day. So I should probably think about weekly here. Something like that. It helps you with your future. Is there anything else? And, share your ideas how you do your project planning. It's important, like I said, to brainstorm out the list of tasks. And if you don't know what your project is, but when you brainstorm tasks you want to do or need to do or should do, see if there's any similarities to, don't mind my sticky checks, similarities, then you can group it into a project. Make sense? let me know. You got any questions or anything like that, or your ideas of how you project plan? There's not a lot. I thought this is a cool subject, and so forth. All right. So with the tips, I'm going to show part of my system. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe, like, and share and comment below. Let me know you're new. Okay, so this, even though it says a goals notebook, it's technically also my projects because it's tied in for me. So I use something created by Heart Breathings called the HB90 method, which is every 90 days. I think of new goals, new tasks, and new projects, and sometimes projects from the previous quarter will roll in, but you still make your goals and projects and put, set it aside. This is a whole year planner. What quarter should we do? Okay, let's do July. All right, so Heart Breathings has her own, on her Etsy shop and so forth, her own forms. So this is what I'm using. But next year, because I have a lot of old, big, happy planner, old stuff to use up, I am going to figure out how to create my own with old planner parts and so forth. But she goes through how to figure out those goals, what's your time estimator is, what your goals are, and then you brainstorm the projects for the goal. But also part of her thing is to, when you write out, did I do it in this one? What I need to do, what I should do, and what I want to do, you start figuring out and grouping and highlighting what goes together. But once you have these projects and all the tasks written out, she has over here these weekly tasks. Now, if you're not sure if you're going to do it for this week, it might get bumped because you don't know, it's your first time doing it time-wise, or you don't want to rewrite over and over because you didn't do it this week. Do some sticky notes. So just write on a sticky note, place it here, and if you get it done, just write it down and stick it in a jar. That's what I do for mine. I really recommend you check out my previous Plan With Me's / weekly reviews, but it is one of those things that I have it she has it separated by goal and so forth. And this is a pretty simple template. So, like I said, I am going to try to use some old planner stuff, but at the same time, I might do is reuse some of what she does and still do what she does, but in my own, I guess you'd say, way. Maybe. I'm still up in the air. I'm on the last quarter in here, and I still have time to figure that out. But what's great about these sticky notes is you can stick them here, and then when this week comes up, you can put the sticky note here, but also write in your to-dos and check it off. And also see how I said I wrote what I was working on as well in here. Same for the following week. I wrote down what those sticky notes said, and then actually checked off the ones I did. And if I didn't get these done, I moved it on to the next week. And moved it on to the next week until I got it done. So, but also I've been doing in my planners, making notes. What I am doing, if they're not part of the task projects, that when it's not part of the task projects, that I still write it on a sticky note, but also I make note of it in here. All right, so tips. So if you don't want to write it down every time for a notebook to notebook, use sticky notes, or create a master list. Like, do I have one here? I'm really sad about that. Here. So I have to my little tab here a master list of to do. And I just move it week to week. And if I want to record that I did it this week, I just have to write it down and check it off. that leaves it up to you how you want to do it. There's no wrong or right way to do these multiple project setups and tasks. Do what works for you. I'm just showing you what I learned, and tell you the truth, there's not many on YouTube about project planning, because you got to think about it. Life, it's not just my work here, but also here. Like, I have, my YouTube stuff I have to take care of. I have family stuff here. These are all, these are all tasks that are one step in a sense. It'll take me an hour or two. But in my sense, also that, doing my health here, I do my gratitude. I log things in. I record things here. But these are, things I got to remind myself that I got to do to get towards my goal, in a sense. So I hope this was helpful. Comment below. Let me know what you think. It's just one of those things that I think of that, especially with editing video. Well, what is the steps to edit a video? And that's what I put in my planner. And sometimes, like you saw in my business one, I don't get it done, so it gets moved on or such. I'm trying to think if there's any other good examples for you guys. I can't, because this is basically how I plan now. And the last tip, especially on writing down, thinking I'm going to get it done this week, give yourself some grace on the task and the steps and everything that you need to do for your project. You're not going to get everything done. Give yourself some grace, please. That's the number one thing. Be kind to yourself on this, because as life happens, there are sometimes things that just pop up and you gotta go take care of it. Because if you don't take care of it right then and there, it's one of those things you gotta assess. Do I need to take care of it now, or can I put it on my to-do list and put it later? That's what's great about having an extra piece of paper in your planner like this, is that you can write it down, say, okay, I would like to get this done, and try to keep these lists as a thing to, how to describe it, a one task thing, but it's a project. Get yourself a notebook, create a, like, say, brain dump project something, and then just write it in here. And then when you have time to do an extra project, or when you're trying to figure out what to do for the next quarter, look at your brain dump projects that take more than one task to do, and there you go. And I have one in here actually, and this not so much family. I'm still working. There's a lot of things, but I just want to encourage you that there's no right way. Give yourself grace, but also there's multiple tools. There's sticky notes. There's even there's the bigger ones. If you want to do a bigger sticky note, you can also washi tape, something like this. I created, I got a half sheet. I washi taped it to this tab thing. So then when I'm done with this paper, all I can easily, because this is plastic, I can undo the washi tape and put a new piece of paper down. But what's great about washi tape, it doesn't stick to the paper. I can easily tear it off the paper without ruining the paper, so I can easily flip it when I need to use the other side, which I've already done on this one. So, get creative in your planning. I am looking forward to the new year. I hope that you catch that video in December. I have already planned out here all my videos for the rest of the year. So yeah, and I look forward to finally making a final decision on what planners are getting replaced with what. So I think I blabbed for hard enough as I can, but it can be easily as, for those who have a bunch of notebooks laying around, use it as your project keeping tracker. You track something in here, draw something in here, or there's tons of stickers too, and make it fun but also functional for you, to where your brain works. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Please comment below if you're new, give me some glasses, and I hope you share this with your friends and let them know that you enjoyed this. Also at the end, I put some videos that you might like of mine, so I hope I'll see you in those ones. Talk to you later.